welcome to Bottoms Down, chair yoga for everyone. I'm Carolyn. I'm so glad you joined us today. So we're coming to you from our Bottoms Down YouTube channel. And if you haven't already, please click that subscribe button. And don't forget, it's free. We'd love to hear from you, so please leave me a comment. You'll only need your chair today, and let's get started. All right, so we're going to move forward in our chair, right? We're not going to be leaning back. We're going to lift that heart up, pull that belly button into the spine. Keep those shoulders down out of the ears. Go ahead and place your hands lightly on your thighs, palms facing up. Now we're going to connect our feet to the ground. We call this grounding. So I want you to think about your feet. You have like 4 pressure points. Have all 4 points on equally weighted on the floor. And the next thing I want you to think about are your sits bones. So think about those pointy bones that we sit on, and I want you to have them equally weighted on the chair so you're not leaning one way or the other. All right, let's go ahead and close our eyes. And just simply connect to your natural breath. You feel that inhalation and exhalation. And begin to deepen that breath, inhaling a little more deeply and exhaling a little more completely. We're going to move into our diaphragmatic breath, that belly breath. As you inhale, the belly extends. And as you exhale, you pull the belly button to the spine, actively pushing the air up and out of the lungs. Do that again. Now we're going to inhale to 4 counts, and then I want you to exhale to 5 counts. Something like this. Inhale, 2, 3, 4. Exhale, 2, 3, 4, 5. Inhale, 2, 3, 4. Exhale, 2, 3, 4, 5. And breathe normally. Bring your hands to your heart. Set your intention for today's practice. One more breath. Bring your hands back down to your thighs. Open your eyes. Let's drop that left ear to left shoulder. Feel that nice stretch. Let's go ahead and drop our chin to our chest. Left ear to left shoulder. And chin to chest. All right, let's slip forward, and we're going to look over that right shoulder first. It doesn't matter. Go ahead and look center, and look over that other shoulder. Go ahead and look center, and let's do a couple of shoulder rolls. Oh yeah. And reverse it. Should feel really good. All right, very good. Okay, so we're going to move into a cat and cow. We're warming up that spine. So place your hands lightly on your thighs. Elbows are wide, belly button to spine. All I'm going to do is tuck my chin down, roll my head down. I'm going to look at my belly. Now I'm going to lift up, thumbs to the back wall. Open up that heart. That should feel really good. Let's do that again. Round it down into your cat pose. Open it up into your cow pose. Let's add the breath. Inhaling cow. Exhale into your cat. Inhale into cow. Can you use that diaphragm? Can you use that belly breath? Exhale into cat. and release. Let's roll those shoulders again. Oh, yeah. And reverse it. All right. We're going to take those hands up to the ceiling. Really stretch like you're trying to touch the ceiling with those hands. The palms are facing one another, but they're not together. All right, let's take that right hand down towards the floor. So I'm going to try to touch with my left fingertips the ceiling, and I'm going to try to touch with my right fingertips the floor. So stretching through, stretch, 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 and release. Okay, we're going to do that again. We're going to go up first. Mountain pose, shoulders down, extended mountain. Now bring that other hand down. Try to touch the ceiling and try to touch the floor. Stretch. Stretch it, stretch it, stretch it, and release. Very, very good. Okay, now if you have shoulder issues, which I totally understand, you're just going to keep your arms here at goalpost arms, and you're still going to get that leaning mountain, okay? But if you're with me, I'm going to bring my hands up, palms together, interlace fingers, pointer finger to the ceiling, and we're going to lean our mountain. So we're going to lean it to the right first. Feel that stretch. Then I want you to turn and look up at the ceiling. Take that twist out. Come up, and we're going to go the other way. Lean. Now we're going to twist and look up at the ceiling. Take it out all the way up and bring those hands down. All right, everybody doing good? Okay, so the next pose is called half Lord of the Fishes. So we're going to take our right knee and we're going to open it up nice and wide, okay? So you already feel the inner thigh stretching, knees towards toes, okay? So it's your second toe. So don't let those knees fold in. We want to keep the knees open, feeling that inner thigh stretch. Take this hand, we're going to bring it all the way across our body and grab the chair, all right? Now, lift the crown of the head to the ceiling, turn and look over the back of your chair. All right, let's release that, and we're going to do that again. Bring it all the way across your body, grab the chair, lift the crown of the head to the ceiling, turn and look over the back of your chair. And release. Very good. Now this knee, I'm going to let it fall towards the floor. So I'm kind of coming a little closer to the edge of my chair, and I'm letting that leg, that knee, fall straight down towards the floor. Now that might be right where you want to stay, and you can bring your hands to heart for your crescent lunge. If you want, or you can hold the chair. If you want a little bit more, I'm going to push this foot back behind me. See the difference? I'm just getting more stretch here. That's all it is. But here's the thing. If you push your foot back and then all of a sudden you find you're leaning forward to kind of compensate, I would rather you keep the knee down, keep the heart lifted, okay? Let's go ahead and bring our hands to heart. Notice how my heart is lifted, my head is towards the ceiling. Pretty good stretch right here. You feel it? Let's release that, and we're going to do it one more time. Here we go. Lifting up. Crescent lunge. One more breath and face forward. Have that feel. So that same leg now, we're going to extend it in front of us. So we've just stretched the front part of that leg. Now we're going to stretch the back of that leg. All right? So again, extend the spine long, crown of the head to the ceiling. Put your hands on the thighs. Keep the back flat and just let your heart fall forward. So remember a minute ago we were doing cat pose where we rounded our spine. This is not that. I want you to keep the back flat. All right, let's lift up, and we're going to do that one more time. A crown of the head to the ceiling, belly is tight, and lengthen through. All right, let's do the other side. Here we go. Left knee is going to open up nice and wide. I'm going to get everything set first, right? Super important. Form, right? Super important. Keep those knees in alignment. All right, let's grab that. We're going to take that hand, bring it across our body, grab the chair, crown of the head lifts, turn, look over the back of your chair. Let's release it, and we're going to do that again. Here we go. Bring it all the way across your body. Crown of the head lifts, turn and look over the back of the chair, and we're breathing. One more breath here, and release, face forward. Okay, so we're ready for pyramid pose. Remember, we just stretched the front of that leg. Oh, I forgot crescent lunge. Hang on, come back to this position. All right, now let's let that knee fall down. You're going, wait a minute, Carol. You can't do it on one side and not do it on the other, right? Okay, so that knee is either going to fall straight down towards the floor, which is fine. That's a great option. Or you're going to push that foot back behind you and lift your heart. Well, you're going to lift your heart in either position, whether the knee is to the floor or the foot is back behind you. All right, lift that heart, bring your hands to your heart, and feel that stretch. All right, let's release that knee, and we're going to do that again. Ready? Here we go. Lifting up. Oh my goodness, I feel that stretch. One more breath. All right, release it. Face forward. Okay, now we're going to do pyramid pose. We're going to extend that leg long, toes are up towards the ceiling. My hands are going to rest right here on my thighs for support, okay? Extend the spine long, belly button to spine. Let that heart fall forward. Are you feeling the back of the leg stretching? So we want to keep the leg straight, but we don't want to, we keep a little micro bend to that knee, right? We don't want to lock out that knee. Let's go ahead and lift up. Can we do that one more time? Extend the spine long, belly is tight. Let that heart come forward. And we're breathing. Just one more breath here. And up we go. All right. And let's get a sip of water. All right, so let's move into some shoulder rolls. Let's go ahead and bring those shoulders up like you're trying to squeeze up into the ears and bring them down. Squeeze those shoulder blades behind you. Down we go. So I know we do shoulder rolls a bit in our classes, but this one I want you to be a little more mindful, if that makes sense. Let's do that one more time. Up we go, really squeezing shoulder blades behind you and down, and then we're going to reverse them. So squeeze those shoulder blades behind you, kind of shoulders up into the ears, bring them forward, and do that one more time. Squeeze the shoulder blades behind you, bring them up towards the ears, and release. All right, very good. So we're going to move into neck rolls. And what we're going to do is we're going to take our nose and we're going to begin making circles about the size of a little saucer, okay? Now we're going to make those circles a little bit bigger, kind of like a salad plate, if you will. Now let's make them a dinner plate size. I don't know, a little bit bigger. Maybe a frisbee or something like that. Now maybe a wheel of your tire. And maybe the wheel of an 18-wheeler. I don't know, right? You get the idea. We're just going to make a bigger circle. All right, now let's start and reverse it, but we're going to do them big. So we're going to have those big circles to begin with. Now bring it down to a tire size for your car. Bring it down to that frisbee maybe. And let's go to that dinner plate, to the salad plate, and to the saucer. All right, very good. Excellent. Okay, so next are some head nods. So we're going to extend our hands straight out with your palms down and your hands on your knees, okay? Shoulders stay down, belly is tight. We're going to lengthen up through the crown of our head. Take a deep breath in. And on an exhale, I want you to drop your chin towards your chest, really nice and slow. Now this is not cat, so we're not rounding the shoulders. We're just tucking the chin and looking down. We're keeping our hands on our knees. Keep tucking though, keep tucking. Get that chin down as much as you can. You're looking at your belly button. All right, now we're going to go ahead and lift that head up, and we're going to look up towards the ceiling. Now, it's super important that you don't just let the head go, right? So I'm not just letting my head go. I'm looking up. My heart is lifted. All right, are we ready? We're going to do that again. So don't round the back. Pull your belly button into the spine. Don't round the back. Just tuck the chin. You're looking down at your belly. All right, now we're going to lift that head up to the ceiling. One more time. So think about pulling the front body towards the back body, right? So use your rib cage to support you as you look down at your belly. We're going to look back up towards the ceiling. Go ahead and look, center, and release. All right? Now, we're going to do that one final time. And that final time, then we're going to actually let ourselves kind of collapse more into a cat pose. All right? So one final time. Let's look up. Now, go ahead and drop that chin. Look at your belly. Lift that heart first. Now, go ahead and round your shoulders. Tuck the chin and feel more like a cat, but don't keep those elbows in. Don't let the elbows go wide. Hold it here. Breathe. One more breath. And up we go. So a little different, right, than the feeling of your cat pose. So it's really focusing just on that neck more than the whole shoulders and upper back. Okie dokie. All right, so the next thing we're going to do is we're going to take our elbows and turn them up. So not the palms, right? So you're going to keep those palms down, turn the elbows up towards the ceiling, all right? Squeeze your shoulder blades behind your back. So what's going to happen is as you squeeze, your palms are going to move on you see that? It's kind of moving from your knees to your thighs. Squeeze those shoulder blades. Lift the crown of the head. All right, now don't lose this position. Shoulders are squeezed, shoulders are down. Now lift your hands up off the mat and just pulse. Pulse, pulse, pulse. Keep it doing it. Baby pulses, little bitty pulses. One more breath and release. Can we do that one more time? Did you get it? Did you kind of feel what we were trying to do there? All right. So again, put your hands on those thighs or on your knees, palms facing down. Now you're just going to turn your elbows. You see what I'm doing there? I'm just turning my elbows so that the inner part of the elbow is up towards the ceiling. Now, squeeze your shoulder blades behind your back. What's happening to my hands? They're sliding to my thighs, aren't they? Lift the crown of the head, belly is tight. Ready? Lift your hands off of those thighs. Pulse. Just baby pulses. But don't lose that squeezing of the shoulders behind you. You feel it? Should feel a nice stretch happening. One more breath and release. All right, let's hands to the sky. Reach for the sky. Shoulders are down. Spread your fingertips. Lots of energy here, right? Shoot them up. Try to touch, touch, touch. Now bring your palms together and press, 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 press overhead. Press it, creating some heat in that upper body. You should be feeling those arms, right? Notice if your shoulders have crept up into the ears. Keep those shoulders down. Lower, squeeze the shoulder blades behind your back. Press, press, press. All right, now just take your palms behind your head and take those elbows up to the sky. Lifting those elbows up. Lift those elbows a little bit higher. Lift those elbows a little bit higher and release. All right, we're going to do that one more time. We got this. Here we go. Hands up to the ceiling. We're stretching out, palms together, right? Press, press, press. We're creating heat in that upper body. We're pressing, we're pressing, we're pressing. Keep those shoulder blades down. Squeeze behind your back. Ready? Palms fall behind the head. Elbows are going to go up to the sky, lifting those elbows up, up, up. Pull that belly in. Lift, lift, lift. One more breath and release. Whew, let's roll those shoulders. How's that feel? Feeling some stretching happening in that neck, right? Upper back and everything? Okay. Very, very good. Okay, this one's called a cross-legged twist. So what we're going to do is we're going to place our hands on the back of the chair or kind of really beside you. So I don't want it too far behind you. So it's just kind of beside you, if you will. So we're going to take our right leg and we're going to cross it over. Okay? Now, we're just simply going to turn and we're going to look to the right. I'm looking the wrong way, aren't I? Ha. So shoulders are down. We're just kind of holding onto the chair a little bit, but we're twisting. We're feeling the center of the body twisting. We're holding on. And if you want to use the chair as a little bit of leverage, you can do that. We're super warm now, so if we want to give ourselves a little twist to help that, or a little leverage to help that twist, it's okay. Let's go ahead and face forward and release. We're going to do the other side. And then we're going to do it again with one more little add-on, okay? All right. Now, this time we're going to look over the opposite shoulder. Remember, we're breathing in here. We don't want to rush this. This is really important. Just take your time. Keep those shoulders down. Hands are on the chair, and maybe you give yourself just a little leverage, a little push to help with that twisting. Just one more breath here and release. Beautiful. Okay. So we're going to do that same thing again, and we're just going to add one little thing on, and that is we're just, we've been doing here, right? Our head has been up looking, and then we're just going to soften it, and we're going to look down, okay? So it's just going to give a little more stretch. All right, right leg is going to cross over first. Hands are right beside me on the chair. Shoulders are down. Extend the spine long. Turn and look over that shoulder. All right, now what I want you to do is just let that head fall and look down at the floor. Oh my goodness, do you feel it? Just a little different, right? As we lower that head down. We're not tucking the chin. I don't want to use that. I just want you to kind of look down. And as you look down, your head will follow. So just breathe here. We're not hurrying. We're in no hurry. We're going to give our bodies just a little bit of time to react to the stretch. One more breath and release. How'd that feel? That one really got me. Let's do the other side. Okay, are we ready? Let's first turn and look over that left shoulder. There's the first thing we do. Now, let's just take that gaze down. And we're just holding it and breathing. Don't forget to keep that extension through the spine, right? We don't want to collapse on ourselves. We want to keep that spine long and just let that head be the only thing that's falling down, if you will, as we're looking down at the floor. One more breath. Bring the head forward. And release. Oh my goodness, how did that feel? Let's get a little shoulder roll out of that one. What do you think? Okay, very, very good. All right, so we're going to move into our cat and cow, but we're just going to do it a little differently this time. So I want you to have your hands, we're going to interlace those fingers and bring those palms behind, okay? Shoulders are back. So feel that this is almost like a cow right here, isn't it? Are you feeling you're squeezing those shoulder blades behind you? All right, now what we're going to do is we're going to tuck our chin, round our spine, let the head fall. And because we have our hands on those heads, let those elbows come in. There is a nice stretch for the back of the neck. Now I'm pulling my belly button to my spine. I've got my chin tucked, just like in a cat pose. All right, let's lift back up into cow. Elbows go wide. Squeeze your shoulder blades behind you. Oh my goodness. Are we ready? Let's inhale here. Exhale, here we go. Tuck that chin. Bring those elbows together. Round the shoulders, just like in a cat pose. We just have our hands on our head and we're giving a little tug, but really it's more gravity, right? It's not that I'm pulling on my neck. It's just that gravity is helping. Give it a little extra tug. All right, up we go. Final time. Pressing up into that cow pose. Oh, yeah. Ready? Here we go. Inhale. And down we go. Now, I invite you to just relax here, right? This is kind of a surrender position. Letting go. One more stretch, one more breath. Remove the hands first, then lift the head up. How did that feel? Right? Oh my goodness, let's just give a nice stretch there for that. I felt that one too. I'm feeling all of these honestly, but there's a couple that have really got me. Okay, so we're going to just do a little upper arm stretch, and this is honestly, it's just to kind of release some things. So we're just going to bring our arm across our body, keep that that shoulder down, right? So I'm just going to kind of grab gently and pull the upper arm towards my body. Now don't let the upper body sink, right? So we really want to lift up. Shoulder is down. That's going to maximize this stretch. All right, let's release that and we're going to do the other side. Here we go. Bring it across. Shoulder is down. Pull gently in. And release. All right, let's grab a sip of water. Okay, we're going to come standing behind our chair. Now, it's kind of hard to see me, so instead of being behind my chair, I'm going to go ahead and turn my chair to the side. You stay facing me behind your chair. Okay, so what you're going to do is I want you to take a step back so that you have, your arms are long, but you can still touch the back of your chair, okay? So we're going to begin, pull that belly in, and we're going to let our heart fall forward and just drop your head between your arms, okay? So that's our first beginning position for our forward fold. Let's go ahead and tuck the chin and roll up. Checking in, how does that feel, right? So if you feel like you're getting dizzy, then all you're going to do is not put your head down so far, right? So you can be right here. You don't have to be here. It's okay. You can just be right here, and that's perfectly fine. All right, here we go. Let's do that one more time. Let that heart fall forward. Your position, whatever works for you. Now, we're going to take our right knee, and we're going to bend that knee. We're going to take that same shoulder and let it fall down, okay? So it's falling down towards the floor. Now I'm going to look out towards the left. So the opposite way. So I'm looking the opposite way of which leg is bent. Does that make sense? Now take the head, look back down at the floor. Straighten the leg. The shoulders come back square. Let's go do the other side. Bend the left knee. That left shoulder falls, and I'm looking over that opposite arm. Take the head, look back down at the floor, straighten the leg, and roll it up. Okay. So checking in, how did that feel? So we're going to do that again, and I want to give you an option, an add-on. So remember in my classes, if you don't want to add on, you don't ever have to add on. But if you want to add on, instead of being on the back of your chair, what I'm going to do is I'm going to turn my chair back around now, right? So instead of being back here doing this, what you're going to do is you're going to come and you're going to place your hands on the chair and do it, okay? On the seat of the chair and do it. Now, again, just whatever works for you. You've got to listen to your body, right? So again, I'm a good step away from the chair, pull my belly in, I'm going to hinge forward. I'm going to put one hand in the chair and the other hand in the chair. I'm going to let my heart fall forward, and here I am in a forward fold. Now, another thing to think about, if you want to bend your knees a little bit, that's okay, right? It's okay. If you need to just give those knees just a smidge of a bend. Okay, let's take this leg. We're going to bend it first. That shoulder's going to come down. Now I'm going to turn and I'm going to look over this arm. Does that make sense? Do you feel it? Get a little deeper stretch into it, right? You feel a little more stretch, all right? Here we go. Look back down at the floor. Straighten your leg. Let's go to the other side. Bend the knee first. Bring that shoulder down. Now we're going to look over the other arm, if you will. We're breathing. One more breath here. Go ahead and look down at the floor. Straighten those legs. Roll it up nice and slow. All right. How did that feel? Good? Okay. Now, if you're off the seat of your chair, you're going to come back behind it. Okay, so we're going to do what we did seated, called thread the needle. Now we're going to do it standing with our hands here on our chair. Okay, are we ready? So we're going to hinge forward. My hands are on the back of my chair, and I'm hinging forward. All right. I'm going to take this hand and I'm going to extend it out first. My legs stay straight. Now I'm going to bring that arm through, kind of under the arm that's on the chair. My ear is towards the floor. Let's bring that arm up. And we're going to extend it through. We're going to bring that arm up. Now listen. We're going to extend it through. Now bend that same knee, lengthen through, and look. So my ear is towards the floor. I'm looking out the other way. My arm is extended. Breathing, breathing, breathing. One more breath. Release. Put the hand back on the chair and roll it up. It's called thread the needle. It's a really good one to do on the mat. If you're on all fours, you really get a nice stretch through the shoulders. We're getting a bit of a stretch, but we get a little more stretch on the mat. But that's okay. This is good. All right, here we go. We're going to roll down first. Hands are on the mat. Let that heart fall. You should feel a little stretch in those shoulders right here. You feel it? All right, other side. Take that arm up first, and we're going to extend it through. Stretch it out. We're going to take that arm up. We're going to extend it through. Stretch. Push through. Bring it up. Now listen. We're going to stretch it through. This time we're going to hold. Bend this knee. Lengthen through. This ear is towards the floor. We're lengthening through. We're stretching through. You should feel the upper back stretching, shoulders. One more breath and release. Roll it up nice and slow. Excellent work, you guys. So good. Okay. Now, we come down to the right side of your chair. All right. And we're going to do a downward facing puppy. So I'm going to be, again, about a step away from the seat of my chair, and I'm going to let my heart fall forward, put my hands in the chair. So first of all, my palms are here, and we're going to do it from this position first, and then we'll add on, okay? So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to bend one knee and just let myself, kind of a tick-tock, if you will, right? Take those legs straight. And let's take that other knee, bend it, and look. Come back center. Do that again. Just a little movement of those hips. And I'm looking over. There's a little neck stretch. Let's come down, and we're going to go the other way. And come center. Go ahead and roll it up and take a break. Okay, so that's a great version. Excellent. But if you want a little bit more, instead of being on your hands, we're going to come down onto the forearms. All right? So I'm going to hinge forward, take it to my hands first, see how that feels. Then I'm going to let my heart fall a little bit further, and my forearms are on the mat, on the chair. Now I'm going to take a step back. All right? I'm going to press my heart back. You see what I'm doing there? Pressing my heart back. I'm looking down at the floor. Now, I'm going to walk my dog. Take a bend to that left knee. Let the hips rock a little bit. Take a bend to the other knee and let the hips rock the other way. Do that again. Just move one knee and then the other knee bends. One more time, bend one knee, then bend the other knee. Go ahead and calm the feet. Take a step forward and roll it up nice and slow. All right. So that is, downward facing puppy. And the next pose we're going to do is Sphinx pose. So the difference is in our downward facing puppy, we were on our forearms, we took a step back and we pushed our hips up high, right? You remember that? Now in Sphinx pose, our feet are going to be a little closer to the chair. So here's the thing, you may want to bend the knees a little, especially if you have tight hamstrings. I have tight hamstrings, right? So if you have tight hamstrings, you may have to bend those knees just a little bit, and it's okay. So the first thing we're going to do, again, belly button is to spine. We're going to roll down, and let's start with our palms. Put one palm down, the other palm down. Notice how I'm bringing my weight forward, right? So my weight's not back here. My weight's going to be a little bit forward. Okay, let's go ahead and move down into those forearms. Now, do you feel your hamstring stretching? So this is the position that you might need to bend your knees a little, and that's okay if you do. All right, let's look down at our chair. Okay, so I want you to pull your belly in, and I want you to squeeze your shoulder blades behind your back. Now, you're going to look down at your belly button. Then you're going to lift your head and you're going to kind of look out. I hope that you can look beyond the seat of your chair. Do you feel that stretch in the shoulder blades? Are you pulling your shoulder blades together? All right, let's go ahead and look at our belly button again. Don't lose that shoulder blade squeeze. Let's look up. Again, you're looking past where the seat of the chair is. Now look down at your chair. Now I want you to look over at me. Hello. Look back down at your chair. Look over the back of your chair or at the back of your chair. Look back down. Are we ready? Pull that belly button to the spine, press your hips back and roll it up nice and slow. How did that feel? That good? Sphinx pose. That's kind of nice. So that is all trying to get a little bit of stretch through those shoulders, and we did a little head nod and a little head shake, which also gets the neck. Let's get a sip of water. Okay, let's drop that right ear to the right shoulder. Now we're just simply going to look up towards the ceiling. Go ahead and look center, and then we're going to look down at the floor. Go ahead and look center and bring that head forward. Let's drop that head the other way. We're going to look up towards the ceiling. We're going to bring it center. We're going to look it down at the floor. Go ahead and look center and bring that head up. All right, let's do that again. So we're going to drop that head, that neck, the head over. I'll get it right here in a minute. Now let's extend that hand out. Flip the palm up to the ceiling. Bring the hand down, lift the head up, other side. Dropping that ear down towards the shoulder. Let's extend that opposite arm out. Palm faces down first. Now flip that palm up to the ceiling. You feel the difference? Just a little difference, right? And release. Very, very good. Okay, so now we're going to clasp our hands behind our back and just lift our heart up, okay? So you're squeezing your shoulder blades behind you. Your heart is lifted. Now drop that left ear to left shoulder. Go ahead and look center and then drop that other ear to the shoulder. Go ahead and look center and release. Whew. Right, do you feel that? Can we do that just one more time? Clasp those hands behind the back. Lift up. Drop that right ear to the right shoulder. Go ahead and lift. And left ear to left shoulder. Lift it up and release. Okay. So the next thing we're going to do is a chin tuck, and I'm going to turn to the side just so you can see it a little more clearly what I'm doing. So we're going to take our hand, our finger, and we're just going to put it right on our chin. Then all I want you to do is take your chin away from your finger. Leave the finger right where it is, and then just pull your chin away. See what I'm doing? And then release it. And do that again. Pull that chin away from the finger. And release. Final time. Here we go. Pull it. And release. All right? Excellent, excellent, excellent. Okay. So we're just going to do one more chest opening here. The thumbs are back towards the wall. We're opening our chest, squeezing those shoulder blades behind our back. One more breath here and release it. And let's do that one more time. Turn those thumbs to the back wall. Open up that heart. And release. Okay, so this is going to be for our scaling. So I'm going to take this hand and I'm going to place it on my opposite collarbone. So your collarbone is here and your hand's just going to go right above it. And basically you're kind of pressing in, and we call that pinning those muscles. So you're going to try to keep those muscles from moving to get a little deeper stretch. Now we're going to look over the opposite shoulder first. Do you feel that? My scalenes are always super tight, so I really feel it. All right, go ahead and look center. Now we're going to look down towards the floor. All right, go ahead and look center and release it. Do you feel that stretch? Yeah. Okay, let's do the other side. So we're going to pin those muscles right above the collarbone. Okay, so now we're just going to look to the opposite side first. And go ahead and look center. Now look down towards the floor. Just breathing into it, feeling that stretch of those scalene muscles. Let's go ahead and look center. Now look up. I don't think looking up is quite as much of a stretch, but it's still a good option if you want to do that. Let's go ahead and look down and release. All right, very, very good. So these muscles, these trap muscles here, what we're going to do is we're going to extend one arm down towards the floor, okay? And then we're going to pull our, gently, we're going to place our hand here on the head, and we're going to pull it very, very gently. One more breath. Let's go ahead and release that, and we're going to go to the other side. So that hand is going to go down towards the floor. This hand is going to come up. We're going to just gently, ever so gently, pull ear towards your shoulder. Just one more breath here. Go ahead and release that. All right, very, very good. Okay, so the next one, these muscles that help us raise our shoulders. So we're going to take our hand, and instead of coming across like we did on with the collarbone, we're going to just hold those muscles back behind on the same side, okay? So you kind of just holding those muscles, trying to pin them, as we call it. And then what I want you to do is look down at your opposite, or over this leg, down at the floor. Just one more breath here. And release it. Okay, and let's do the other side. So again, my hand just kind of reaches back behind that shoulder. I'm going to hold those muscles there. And then I'm going to look down towards the floor on that opposite side. Just one more breath here. And release. Very good. You want to give them one final stretch of those shoulders. Excellent. Let's go ahead and sit back in our chair. Close your eyes. Let your hands rest lightly in your lap, palms facing up. Take a deep breath in and a full breath out. Powerful space. You live always in a powerful space. It is the space between what happens and what you do about it. It is the space between how you feel and the way you act. In that space, your choice makes all the difference in the world. You have no real power over what others think or say or feel or do. You have full power over what their words and actions and ideas mean to you. If you depend on some particular outcome for your happiness and satisfaction, you're sure to be disappointed. Yet in the space where your choice resides, the highest level of fulfillment is always available to you. Whatever happens is merely whatever happens. What you make of it within yourself is what makes all the difference. Activate and utilize that power every time. Your choice is everything, so choose well. Take a deep breath in and a full breath out. Bring your hands to your heart, honoring one another. We say Namaste. Thank you so much for joining today, and I hope that you'll leave me a comment and subscribe to our Bottoms Down YouTube channel. I will see you next time.